welcome back. It's Julia here. Today I decided I'm going to do a day in my life because today is a special day where my trainer isn't here and I get to ride her horse. Her name is Moon and I'm really excited and I wanted to get it on video, so I decided I'd just post it on YouTube. Anyway, without further ado, let's get right into the video. So the first thing I did was I just walked over to her stable. I wanted to make sure she had no cuts or bruises, as I always do before I go out and ride a horse, just to make sure that there's nothing that will hurt them during our ride. And so I just pet her a little bit, and I just patted him down, making sure nothing was sore. Once I had patted her down and made sure she was okay, I just slipped on her halter that was hanging on the hook outside of her stable. Then I led her out towards the grooming stall. So the first thing I did after I tied her up is I just went to the room I was in before and I grabbed her grooming brushes. Then all I did was bring them back and get ready to groom her. She's really good with grooming, unlike Lizzie, so I felt really happy and ready to groom her. So I started off with just some simple grooming and hoof picking. So before I knew it, that was done, and I just put the grooming supplies back and went and I grabbed her tack from the tack room. So as I said here, I'm just going to grab her tack. I was a little bit worried because I can't use my tack on her and her tack is quite uncomfortable for me. So then I just grabbed her saddle and her bridle. Then I just headed back towards Moon to get her ready. So if I didn't already say, the reason why I was so happy to ride Moon is because my trainer gave me the job to ride her and no one else. So I felt a big deal of responsibility, but also happy that my trainer could trust me. Anyway, so now on to tacking up. I'm using this yellow saddle pad that I just recently got and I love it. Then I slipped on her saddle. I've been using these boots for the past few days and I have to say I'm really loving them. Then I just swapped her halter out for a bridle. So here I was completely done tacking up Moon, so I decided I'd go and get myself ready. So I know this cardigan isn't proper riding attire, but I love matching the saddle pads. Then I just slipped on my helmet for safety. And then of course I slipped on my riding boots. And of course I always ride with my gloves on. So then I just walked back to Moon. I did change my pants just because the other ones were quite dirty from the work I had done that morning. Moon had been getting kind of restless, so I was really happy to be able to take her out and let her stretch her legs. Then I simply took Moon out of the barn. And once we got out of the stable, I started leading Moon down to the arena. I don't like to ride my horses down to the arena because I feel like it's wasting energy that could be used to make them go more forward or just have a better time in general. Once we got to the arena, I just stopped right by a fence post and hopped on her pretty much. For some reason she was a bit stiff on her right lead, but we were able to get through and get over that pretty fast when we started trotting. So here we tried to start cantering, but she picked up on the wrong lead, so we went back to trotting and I decided to try it on the other lead. So then I tried her on the left lead and she picked up perfectly and we got a great transition as well. Here I just cantered her in a few circles because I didn't want her to be stiff. One thing I loved about riding this wonderful mare is she kept her head so steady and didn't bob at all like Lizzie always does. I then rode her in a very forward canter just to let her stretch her legs and have some fun with the training. I always do this with all my horses. I feel like it's just more fun for them and more enjoyable for them. I forgot to mention I brought my GoPro camera, so I hope you enjoy these few GoPro clips. At this point, Moon was seeming a bit tired and I didn't want to work her too hard, so I just ended the ride on a good note. The trail ride back to the stables was really nice, and it really gave Moon the chance to calm down. Then I just dismounted Moon and walked her into her stable. On my way walking into the stable, I noticed Maya had come, so I decided I'd stop and talk to her, and she offered to put Moon in the field for me, and that really helped me out because I had to go soon anyway. Then once I got to the cross ties, I just took off her saddle and began untacking. Then I slipped off her fancy yellow saddle pad, and of course I switched her riding boots out with nice leg wraps that she can wear in the field so that her legs are protected. Then I swapped her back to her halter, and I began to groom her again. Then I checked if she had any rocks in her hooves. Then I just brought her back to her stable where Maya would come and put her in her field later. After that, I headed back to the room where I get changed. Anyway guys, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like, and if you haven't already, please subscribe. Also, tell me if you liked this kind of realistic roleplay thing, because it's my first time trying it, and if you guys want me to do more, I'd love to. Thank you guys for watching. Bye!